citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption, report it immediately. Caught early, the contagion can be painlessly excised. Be vigilant. Be safe.
Not sure about you.
I know exactly how many steps it takes to get from the lakeside to the top of the village. I'm going mad. I know it.
Well, it is imperative that you continue to do well. Much depends upon you continuing to do well.
I'm amazed that we don't all have scurvy on this diet.
Not sure I like the look of it.
Addressing civilian! Stand back, citizen!
To think I used to win. I'd give my eye
I miss
teeth to be
seeing
back
John
in
Mills in
Swindon now.
pictures. He's right, truly.
Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave? to demolition. Trespass is a serious offense. Citizens of Wyndham, remember that your village is one of the few remaining bastions of normality.
Join the army to see the world and get some action. Well, that worked out brilliantly, didn't it?
Citizens of Wyndham, the woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall.
Keep your nose clean.
I'm amazed that we don't all have scurvy on this diet.
Toe the line! Stand back!
Strangers may be dangers. If you encounter anyone who is unfamiliar to you, report their presence as soon as possible to the controlling authority. Your vigilance can save lives.
Keep it simple. Civilized. No troublemakers.
Well, well, a new face. Good day. You'll forgive me if I'm less than cordial on first acquaintances, I'm sure. New faces often mean trouble. And yet, they may bring new opportunities, too. Tell me, where have you come from? Really? Well, you're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry. Trauma does strange things to people. In case it wasn't made clear to you on the way in, Wyndham is under the protection of the protocol. You are permitted to move freely through the village, for now at least. Consider it a gesture of goodwill. I hope it'll be reciprocated. But don't go causing any trouble here. Is that clear? And if trouble finds you, make sure you report it. Post haste. Now, there are certain things I like to discuss with new faces such as you. I would hope a stranger like you can provide me with some information. I want to know where you came from. I want to know what you can tell me about the outside. Trust me, you will be much better off aiding protocol than crossing us. Be under no illusions. We must eradicate the corruption that festers here before there is any hope of leaving this blasted place. If we were to work together, you and I, perhaps we might make some progress towards such an outcome. But step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given. So I ask again, did you come from the outside? What do you know? You misunderstand me. I desire a way out, not to dig deeper. And as for the interchange, that is a very dangerous word to be bandying about. I suggest you forget you've ever heard it. Whatever evil the scientists had hidden in there, it has wrought havoc on this place. So no one goes near the substation, understood? Anyone trespassing there will be shot. Well, this is disappointing. I was hoping you'd have something you were willing to share. We imprison strangers at the first whiff of trouble, but you can keep your liberties for now. I trust that will be more conducive to a timely recollection of your origins. In the meantime, be wary of this place. Do not be tempted to engage with any of the pagan sentiments some of the locals may try to foist on you. Such beliefs are dangerous and forbidden. Do I make myself clear? And if you still wish to have protocol's aid, you'll just have to make yourself useful to me in other ways. The civilians in this village are a shady lot. Resistant to discipline and up to no good. I'm sure of it. We can hardly get the time of day out of them. But you're an outsider. They may not trust you exactly, but nor are they immediately suspicious of you. Sniff around. Keep your ears open. If you find anything I should know, come to me with it. If you want somewhere to start, well, we've had our eyes on Iris, the baker. I could send a patrol in, of course, but a softer approach might prove more efficacious. The good Dr. Garrow? Not so good in my opinion. That woman is dangerous. Caught her up to her old nonsense again and incarcerated her smartly at our Skellamore camp. The prison is closely guarded, so don't even think about attempting to reach her without our permission. But that permission may be granted if you prove yourself loyal to us here in the village. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?
Wonder what's going on with Nancy and Asphodel. Likely thinks me dead.
Started off right by shooting some troublemakers. Shame we can't do that again. There are a few locals left as it is.
Citizens of Wyndham, volunteers are required for work details on Scathelmore. Work out to help out.
I don't know why the local...
Citizens of Wyndham, the woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall.
Oh, it's awful. He escaped. I left the door standing to for 1 second while I was dealing with a customer and he got out. He was over the wall like a monkey at the zoo. I've never seen anything like it. I think he must have run for the woods. Oh, I've done all I can. He's lost to me now. I just hope he'll do no harm to anyone. It gives him ease. That's sort of better, isn't it? But this time, his eyes... It was like he was possessed. He just shoved right past me and... what's the use? He's gone. And you helped me, which I'm grateful for. I'd best get back to work, I suppose. Carrying on.
Do as you're told, right?
Citizens of Wyndham, pagan practices of any kind are strictly forbidden. Any breach of this regulation is punishable by death.
It's not right. The village should be allowed to govern itself.
Behave yourself, civvy. I know exactly how many steps it takes to get from the lake edge to the top of the village. I'm going mad. I know it.
Guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. But do you have a good reason to leave the village?
They should just paint the boundary wall institutional green and call them some country a lunatic asylum.
Show some blitz spirit, he says. Like the loot walk out of the phone business, the sick son.
Bloody hell. You kept me a flight. What are we doing down there? How do? Not often we're seeing new faces here. My name's Alf Buckshaw. Welcome to what's likely the last pub in Cumberland, such as it is. Now, what can I do for you? Fountains of beer, dancing girls, and the finest cuisine in the land. Well, we've got some beer. And I found a pickled onion in a jar in the back of the cupboard. Seriously, mind, I can get me hands on things. Some pretty hard to find things at that. And feeling that, I can offer conversation. No gossip, mind you. Get locked up for gossip these days. Keep your bloody voice down. Nothing brings the soldiers down on you faster than talking about that. Mayhap I heard rumours of it, but I can't see it out more than that. A favour, huh? Well, aye. Maybe that might be what I need right now. All right, let's talk. One of them scientists, in particular, used to come to drinking here. Before it all went arse upwards, that is. He liked his ale, that fella, and ale made him chatty. He told me he worked in something called the Interchange. Never said quite where it were, but he used to stagger off towards the substation round the back of here. So that might be worth a deco. Well, he said he worked on some gadget with that Dr. Garrow, who were a big noise over at the site. He called it a signal redirector. Top secret. Only a few of them made at the doctor's request. I've no idea what they were for. You could do worse than talk to Nora. She were there at the time, and she has a good brain, has Nora. She hides out in her barn on Skethermore. I'll mark it for you. Look, you didn't hear any of that from me, all right? Quiet as the grave, mate. Now, about that favour. I need to collect a few messages. Not important, you understand, but I can't stick me nose out of the door without the soldiers taking an interest. You they'll let walk out of the village, so I need you to go to Skethermore for us. I'm not interesting. Just need a mite of discretion in the gathering, if you follow me. There's something in it for you and all. Not asking you to do out for nout. I need a message collecting from Nora. Careful with her. She's not fond of strangers. But it'll be all right if you see I sent you. The other note is with a fella who skulks all over Skethermore. But we have a meeting place. I'll mark it on your map. Fair warning, though. Out in Skethermore, soldiers don't care who or what you are. They'll shoot before they ask. You let me know if there's aught else I can help you with. Well, after it all went to cock and we got quarantined, London started sending in soldiers. To start with, folk were happy to see 'em. But after a while, it turned out there was bugger all they could do to help. When they found out they weren't being let back through the wall again, well, it got nasty. Plenty round here, I reckon. It's what it would have been like if the Nazis had invaded after all. Of course, you didn't hear that from me, all right? Who knows what them boffins were up to? But I don't think that atom plant going pop was part of the plan, do you? Well, at least they told us it were an atom plant. So where are all the atoms, eh? I've heard a thing or two about radioactiveness, and by all rights, none of us should be standing here. Anyhow, I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff. I suppose I might be able to help a friendly traveller out. What sort of gear did you have in mind? I bet you could. But you wouldn't find anything like that in Wyndham. But there's a ruined mill out on Skethermore. There's a fella up there, more often than not, and he might have what you're looking for. Oh, I think we can manage that. Bet you weren't expecting to find a place like Wyndham still ticking over after all what's gone on here, were you now? Folk will get used to anything given time. Which isn't to say, it's not nice to see some new faces coming through here now and then. Reminds a fella just how strange this all really is. The captain likes strangers too. He treats them better than he does the rest of the village. Means he can do things us regular folk can't. Don't think you're special. It's just the captain's way of getting the measure of you. New faces remind him there's still an outside. Likely hopes you might know a way out of the quarantine zone. Me? Well, I know there isn't one. So I shan't be bothering you on that score. See you around. Onwards, mustn't grumble. Watch your step.
We've got to do something. Or we'll die here like daft sheep. It's a World Cup this year, isn't it? You sure? Last chance. Go while you're able. Let's be civilized about this. Hands away from any weapons.
Pushing your luck.
Someone's sneaking around playing silly buggers.
Good. Keep walking.
Citizens of Wyndham, remember, strangers may be dangers. If you encounter anyone who is unfamiliar to you, report their presence as soon as possible to the controlling authority. Your vigilance will save lives.
Let's find a bit more sunshine.
Citizens of Wyndham, the woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall.
State of this place.
Leave tomorrow if we could.
A stranger, eh?
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll chop the bastard. Orders be closed.
No wonder we haven't all gone mad living like this.
Let's not have any trouble.
Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village. Do you have a good reason to leave the village? Citizens of Wyndham, volunteers are required for work details on scaffold. Work out to help out.
Hope Maggie's all right. Those bean counters in Africa are giving her a war with his picture by now, but I want to know why not. I'll finish my book today, I think. Start again tomorrow.
Citizens of Wyndham, the army is here to help and protect you. Trust us and help us to help you. Follow the protocol.
They'd better start showing me a bit of respect, or there'll be trouble.
State of this place. Leave tomorrow if we could.
We've got to do something. Oh, we'll die here like that.
I trust you will do what is right.
Citizens of Wyndham, remember, strangers may be dangers. If you encounter anyone who is unfamiliar to you, report their presence as soon as possible to the controlling authority. Your vigilance can save lives.
Report anything suspicious you find, and we can see about perhaps coming to terms, you and I. Yes, what is it? Good Lord! You mean to say that he's in league with those masked maniacs? An adder in our midst. I'll send someone over immediately. Now, do you see why this place is under military discipline? I fought rebels in the Malayan jungle, and let me tell you, that was positively genteel in comparison to this wretched village. You can hardly call them English hereabouts anymore. Something in the land here is corrupting them all. You've done the right thing coming to me. It's vital this sort of thing's nipped in the bud before it spreads. I'm delighted to hear it. Your assistance is appreciated. I shan't forget it. I'm willing to extend the hand of friendship to you, which would include giving you access to our camp at Skethermore. With us on the same side, if a chance for leaving this zone comes, I can promise you a good chance of seeing the outside. To be blunt, as a stranger, you're in a perfect position to help me with a delicate matter. I'm delighted to hear it. We recently arrested a certain Dr. Garrow, one of the scientists from the research site. She contrived to escape the zone before the walls went up, but rather unexpectedly returned as part of a military convoy. More fool her. Dr. Garrow's dangerous, very clever, and egotistical enough to believe herself a magnitude cleverer yet. She's refused to tell us anything, and I refuse to stoop to Gestapo methods to force her. But a new face like yours, well, perhaps she'll talk to a stranger who plainly isn't beholden to the protocol. Well, as I've said, you will have earned my trust. That will be very beneficial to you, as and when we open a way out of the zone. Are you not eager to visit our Dr. Garrow? You seemed rather keen when you asked after her earlier. When Garrow arrived, she demonstrated an ability to meddle with the barred machinery we've commandeered. Specifically, she disabled our camp's automatic security system and began to poke around where she wasn't welcome. It was an hour before we found her, trying to get access to one of the old barred bunkers. Who knows what damage she might have caused had she found a way inside. She left us no choice but to take her into custody, isolated in solitary confinement, where she can't play her tricks. My men claim she muttered some incantation, and that caused the gun turrets to shut off. I don't believe in such nonsense as magic, but when she was captured, all they found on her was a broken radio. And now I don't know what to think. So you see, I need to know how she did it. What trick she uses to disable our machines. I trust you'll do your best. Our arrangement will depend on your success, naturally. Here, this pass will give you free passage throughout the Skethermore camp. The soldiers on guard will allow you into the prison section, too, all the way to Garrow's cell. Learn what you can and return here. Be sure to report to me in person. But be warned, one hint of betrayal, and that pass will not save you. I hope I make myself clear. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?
This blasted place.
Is right dreamy.
Citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption, report it immediately. Caught early, the contagion can be painlessly excised. Be vigilant. Be safe. Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings.
One more civvy.
Do you have a good reason to leave the village?
Orders be blown.
You are leaving Wyndham, and the quarantine protocol is no longer responsible for your safety. If you approach any military areas in the area...
If you just let us have a crack at the outlaws around here, we could get rid of them and take their supplies. 2 birds, 1 bullet. Don't be causing trouble, all right?
Hello. I've not seen you before, have I? Welcome. Right, I've got a quick question for you. It might seem a bit blunt, but I've learned to avoid confusion later. You're not going to try and kill me, are you? Excellent answer. I can see we're going to get along like an house on fire. You're new around here, aren't you? Bootsy never forgets your face. And I haven't seen yours before. And you're not in uniform, which means you're not one of us army lads. Bloody hell, you're keen. Well, we don't take new recruits, but if you're serious, you could always go and talk to Captain Sims in the village. Now then, if it's supplies you're after, then Bootsy's your man. I'm Corporal Bootsy, by the way. Hello. I can get my hands on stuff for trade that the folks in the village can't. There I am. One of the heroic squaddies sent to sort out this whole palaver. You can see how well that turned out. Soldiering ain't so noble around here anymore. Not in a place like this. So, I just make life a bit more bearable for people. Bit of buying and selling never hurt no one, did it? Protocol now, that's what we go by. Well, this region you're in is our land for a start. We took over an old RAF place. Good and secure. We see off any threats from there. Take warning now. Outlaws have tried it on in the past. And it's made the patrols here in Skedamore a bit trigger-happy. If your plans to wander about, be careful. Soldiers won't tell you from the next bugger. And they'll shoot before they ask. Yeah, but everywhere's dangerous in the zone. The trick round here is to stay away from our outposts, then you should be alright. There's our camp, of course, and then the special detachment is garrisoned in a commandeered RAF bunker. Well, the flyboys weren't using it, so why not? Steer well clear of both of those spots. I'll mark them for you. See you around, chum.
Someone there? Who the hell are you? No sudden moves or I'll shoot you dead. Who told you I was here? Who sent you? Alf sent you, did he? Well, if he vouches for you, that'll have to do. I'm guessing he wants his message, eh? You get the happy glow that comes from doing the right thing. How else you pay for? Right, here's the message. Get that to him as soon as you can. You're not from round here at all, are you? This must be very strange to you. I won't ask where you came from, but I do want to know what you'd intend. Do you know? Most folk round here like to live in ignorance. So you one up on them. Maybe we've got a bit of common ground between us after all. Look, we got off on the wrong foot. Half the strangers out there would kill you for your shoes as soon as look as you. So I have to be careful. My name's Nora. Used to live in the village. But put that army captain's nose out of joint by answering back. Now I try to help the villagers out from here. I can trade if you have out worth selling. Aye. I know something about that. Been poking round here long enough, haven't I? There's a big old bunker called the Interchange that those boffins built. The soldiers get proper excited about that one. I know there's a door in the army camp to the south of here. I also know they'll kill you before you get within spitting distance of it. Any road. I heard it's locked up tight as a bank vault. You'll never get in. Believe you me, I'd give me eye teeth to know what was going on in there, but it might as well be on moon. What? Seriously? Bloody hell. How'd you manage? You know. Oh, don't matter. You find out useful or interesting. You remember me and Wyndham, all right? Folk around here have it bloody hard. And if it's anything good to come out of that place, you think of them. Oh, aye. And what makes you think I'd tell out about that? You what? Oh, I forgot about that and all. Been 5 years since I watched the Boffin bury it. That was chaos back then. Soldiers clearing the place out. So he must have thought he was alone. I snuck back after dark to dig it up. Reckoned it was something important. But all I found inside were those papers. I couldn't make head and tail of them. I've never seen an actual signal redirector myself. But I do have some ideas where you might find one. For starters, there was that scientist who came back. Dr. Garrow, that was her name. Odds are, she had some of that bad gimmickry about her. Trouble is, she didn't get on with protocol. And they stuck her in prison. Let me mark that down for you. If you're serious about getting in there, don't go half-cocked. All right? Lion's Den, that place. Folk that go in, well, they tend to stay there one way or another. Unless, mayhap there's another way. If you can find it. But no, never mind. It's impossible. Well, I heard rumours, and that's all, of a special shipment of gear that got lost back when things turned bad. The Boffins tried to smuggle it out while the rest of us were getting walled in. Gossip is the cargo that never made it out, and it's still in Skethermore. But no one's found it, far as I know. If it did exist, and you could find it, maybe you'll find your signal redirector inside. Look, I'll write down everything I know about it, but don't get your hopes up, all right? Might be now more than a fairy tale. Not much call for those. There we go. All done. Look. Things wash around the zone and sometimes fetch up here. Might well be something you want. So drop in any time you're near. All right, bit of advice for you. While you're here, Skethermore isn't what you'd call friendly. Down in Wyndham, the soldiers will leave you be, seeing as how you're a stranger. But out here, it's dog eat dog. There's folk round here that'll kill you for the sweat on your brow, so watch yourself. Watch your back out there.